Hello, welcome to Spirit Cocktails. I'm your host, Pierre. Today we're doing a review on Jim Beam Devil's Cup Straight Kentucky Bourbon. This is not your standard bourbon. This is potent. This is 90 proof comparison to your standard 80 proof of your whiskeys and your bourbons. But it's also a lot more smoky notes to it. Because you figure the concept is, if any of you guys follow distillation and how it works, when you're aging a whiskey, a rum, or whatever, you're going to have what's called the angel share, because anytime alcohol, when it hits the vapor, the air, and stuff like that, it's going to evaporate off. And that's what's called the angel share. Now, to receive the devil's cut, it's basically the remaining alcohol that's still inside the wood, and then you extract that, and so you're getting all the essence of the wood, a lot more of the charred notes, the vanilla, the spices, just all the oaky flavors, and you're reinstilling that back into the original batch. So you're adding more of the idea of the bourbon, which is that smokiness. If you ever have a standard bourbon in comparison to, say, a mash, like you say your Jack Daniels, Jack Daniels doesn't have a really big smoky flavor to it. It has some, but it's not overly smoky. Bourbon, it's so much more smokiness because it has more of that burnt, charred notes in there. Now this, to me, tastes more along the line of, like, say, your Wild Turkey bourbon, because that definitely has a very strong oaky flavor to it. It's not so much just vanilla and different spices. You're getting a lot of that oaky flavor. Now this is about, like, say, $27 a bottle for 750 here in Jersey. This one, the whole concept is the fact that they added back into the original batch, so it adds more of that notes. Let's see exactly how it tastes. Now, this is also something I did use in the past, hence why it's lower. And I plan on making a couple cocktails this week. You'll definitely see what they are. It's going to have a very strong hit of flavor in this added into the cocktail, which you'll find that out in the next couple days. Now, general rule of thumb, anytime you're doing tasting, you want to add water to it. People say, oh yeah, why add water? Because it sits there and dilutes it, and it's like you're not getting everything. But when you add water, for one, it makes it more of a palatable amount. And then once it's more palatable, you can actually drink it more instead of having like a ton of alcoholic burn on your palate. But also it releases a lot more of them aromas and different flavor notes. But you don't want to add a lot of water, just like a splash or a couple drops, because that helps release that flavor. Now this is definitely not a real sweet whiskey or bourbon, but it does have some lacing, so it's just enough with sugar left in that. If it was a higher percentage of alcohol, there would be no lacing there. But as far as scent, it's definitely smoky. Yeah, a lot of vanilla, the rich charred notes, a bit of nutmeg, some fig flavor. Has a subtle sweetness to it, not like a really strong, in-your-face sweetness. It's definitely very smoky in the scent. See how it tastes. It's smooth. At 90 proof, it does have a burn. It's not like a extremely high percentage of a burn. It's not like the 101 that you get with the Wild Turkey, but it's still there. You're kind of in the aftertaste, you're getting that strong smoky flavor to it, but you're getting that vanilla right off the bat. Definitely some nutmeg. It's smooth. That's one thing for sure. But the fact that you have your standard, I'm not really much of a big Jim Beam bourbon drinker. I don't like it as much. I'm a Wild Turkey bourbon because I like the smoky notes that it has. The original Jim Beam bourbon, it kind of doesn't have that strong of a smoky flavor to it. It's a little bit stronger it has a bit of a bite to it. This one has more of the essence of the wood, so you're getting a lot more of that flavor in there and all the things that makes a very good bourbon. So if you like definitely really smoky notes, you like a very strong in-your-face drink, this is definitely something that I suggest. If you like something basic, just get like a plain old, get like 7 Crown if you're not a real big whiskey drinker, you just want to have some. But this is definitely worth trying out. I said it's around like $27 a bottle. You can get bigger ones, probably like 35 I think I saw it as. That's for like a handle, like your 1.75. But for $27, it is a little bit more pricier compared to some of the other whiskeys out there. But it's definitely worth it. I wanted to get it because I need it for a recipe, and figured why not do a review. Plus it's kind of cool how they get the idea, the charred, the burnt design on there, because it lets you know it comes directly from the wood itself, which is very charred, so you got a lot. It's also darker too. If you ever look at the standard one, it's lighter, it doesn't have that nice rich color to it. But this is not something that you want to drink straight from the wood itself, because as I said, it's more of a extract in a sense. It's a very strong concentration of the alcohol, so that's why you want to take it and add it back into the original, and then age it a little longer, now add more flavor notes to it. So it's definitely worth trying out. It's a good idea of how they had to make this. As far as I know, they're the only ones that do that. I haven't seen anyone else that actually gets the idea of the devil's cut, where they take the wood or the alcohol directly from the wood after the aging process. So maybe it's patented through them, I'm not 100% sure, but I like it. It's definitely worth trying out. But let me know what you guys think. If you guys are more a Jim Beam fan than a Wild Turkey or any other type of bourbon, let me know. I really like this, and I'm not a big Jim Beam fan. But let me know what you guys think. Be sure to like us on Facebook on The Spirit Cocktails, subscribe to our channel, submit your recipes, you'll find the link below. And also, at the end of this video, you'll see the link, well, not so much a link, but you'll see the email address that you can send to me. You can make up a recipe. If you don't really know what to make, send me ideas, contact me on Facebook, and then I'll design something for you. But as always, drink responsibly.